How's it going, Dopamon fans? The Calgary Flames have made two big deals today. First, signing the biggest free agent available. That's right, Stanley Cup winner Nazem Kadri signed with the Calgary Flames. 7 years, $7 million. But that's not all. To make room for Kadri under the cap, the report from Elliotte Friedman is that Calgary has also traded Sean Monahan to the Montreal Canadiens. The return is not clear so far yet, but likely prospects or draft picks since they don't count against the cap. Kadri is 31, so a 7-year deal will bring him to 38. A lot of really good players are still productive at that age, over 35, but there's always a huge risk. And he's coming off of a career year. In 71 games, he scored 28 goals and 59 assists for 87 points. That goals total was the third highest in his career, but for assists, he's only ever reached the 30 assist mark once. Even considering the shortened 2012-2013 season where he played really well, he had a much higher assists per game average last year than he did then. So it's likely that he will not be able to maintain that pace throughout the 7-year contract, but he's also never had an NHL salary over $5 million, so I think it's good for him personally that he does get paid. Now let's get to that Monahan trade and take a look at what Calgary's lost and the pieces that they've taken in. So far, Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Tkachuk, and Sean Monahan, 3 huge pieces, have been traded out, while coming in you have Jonathan Huberdeau, Nazem Kadri, Mackenzie Weegar, and then the draft pick or pieces from the trade that hasn't been announced just yet. Personally, I think the in is absolutely worth the out. Calgary fans especially, let me know down below. I've been hearing rumors about all 3 since day 1 that they started playing there that they wanted to leave. And it's nice that that era is finally over. We heard that, Gaudreau and Tkachuk already had their feet out the door, so getting them out and still managing to get a huge return is huge. This is a complete retool of their first line. This kind of off-season management just doesn't happen very often. It's proactive. The Flames are better now than they were before, and they're in a much better cap situation going forward. Even as a Sens fan, I gotta admit that the Flames might have pulled off the best off-season so far. Now for the Montreal Canadiens, they get the number 1 center that they needed. Despite dropping in productivity over the past few seasons, Monahan projects to fill that 1A, 1B role for the Canadiens. With all due respect to Nick Suzuki, he's not enough to lead a team through the playoffs, but sharing that role with Sean Monahan, suddenly Montreal has a legitimate elite forward core. I don't think that this makes them cup contenders yet, but it shows that their rebuild is over and that they don't plan to tank. But this does put them over the cap, so there are going to be a few deals or one deal or a big deal that Montreal still has to make. But one thing still lingers. There were reports that Kadri was supposed to sign with the New York Islanders. What does this mean for GM Lou Lamoriello, who signed 0 free agents this offseason after his team missed the playoffs? After firing Barry Trotz, people were expecting a lot more action from him, but there really hasn't been any. Maybe his strategy of being so quiet about signings isn't working after all. Should Islanders fans be upset with management after letting that hype build? I would. As a Sens fan, I'd be upset if another team was making the sort of deals that my team was. I'd want my GM to be aggressive just as Brad Treliving and Pierre Dorion have been, and it looks like Lamoriello just hasn't. That's it for this one. We're Dopamon, my best friend and I talk hockey news, analysis, mock drafts, and scouting reports, and we have a lot more planned going into the preseason, so hit like and subscribe to stick around for more dope hockey content. Peace.